Module Overview. This module examines the deep interrelationship between art and society, revealing how art does not merely exist for aesthetic pleasure, but plays a transformative, functional, and often political role in shaping and responding to the human experience. From prehistoric cave paintings to 21st century digital installations, art has consistently reflected, challenged, documented, and directed the values, norms, struggles, and dreams of societies across the globe. In this module, we explore the roles of art as a mirror of society, as a catalyst for change, as a record of history, and as a form of civic and ethical engagement. We delve into art's ability to shape identity, spark revolution, mourn loss, memorialize events, promote ideology, and foster healing. We also examine the responsibilities of artists in turbulent sociopolitical contexts, the ethics of representation, and the influence of patronage, censorship, and institutional power. Art as a mirror of society. Art has long been a medium through which cultural values, historical events, social tensions, and collective identities are expressed. This reflective role manifests in historical paintings, such as Jacques-Louis David's The Death of Marat, commemorating revolutionary sacrifice. Social realism. Artists like Diego Rivera painted murals that depicted class struggle and labor history. Contemporary photojournalism, capturing real-time social crises from wars to pandemics. Art reflects class dynamics, religious ideologies, political ideologies, ethnic and racial identities, gender roles and expectations, cultural rituals and myths. This reflective function helps societies understand themselves, critique injustices, and preserve cultural memory. Art as an agent of social and political change. Artists have often taken on the role of catalysts, actively engaging in shaping social consciousness, raising awareness, and resisting oppression. Notable examples: Pablo Picasso's Guernica, a protest against war and fascism. The Harlem Renaissance used poetry, jazz, and painting to reclaim Black identity in America. Banksy's street art challenges capitalism, surveillance, and inequality. The End SARS art movement in Nigeria. Murals and digital art as protest tools. Ai Weiwei uses installations and documentaries to critique the Chinese government and global migration issues. Such works do not only express discontent, but also empower communities, mobilize movements, and create symbolic frameworks for revolutionary thought. Art and civic memory, memorials and monuments. Art plays a vital role in preserving memory, both celebratory and traumatic. Sculptures, monuments, and public installations function as sites of collective remembrance, helping societies confront their past. Examples include the Vietnam Veterans Memorial by Maya Lin, USA, the Holocaust Memorial by Peter Eisenman, Berlin. The Slave Route Memorials in West Africa, the Nok terracottas and Benin bronzes as ancestral and spiritual memory. Digital memorial walls for COVID-19 victims. These artworks often straddle tension between celebration, grief, reflection, and accountability. Cultural identity, nationalism, and art. Art also contributes to building cultural and national identities. During periods of colonization, independence, civil war, or globalization, visual art has served as a tool for nation building, a means of resisting cultural erasure, a platform for marginalized voices. Consider post-colonial African art, fusion of traditional symbols with contemporary political messages. Indigenous art in Australia and North America, visual sovereignty and storytelling. Feminist art movements reclaiming the female form, history, and narrative. Art thus becomes a vehicle for asserting identity, resisting domination, and forging unity. Ethics, responsibility, and representation in art. Artists wield immense cultural power, but with that comes ethical responsibility. Key debates include cultural appropriation, who has the right to use which symbols or traditions? Representation of marginalized groups. Are depictions reinforcing stereotypes or offering visibility? Sensationalism versus truth. When is it ethical to depict trauma or suffering? The artist's intention versus audience interpretation. Censorship versus freedom of expression. These issues are especially relevant in our age of virality, where a single image can spark global outrage or solidarity in seconds. Institutions' power and gatekeeping art does not exist in a vacuum. It is influenced by museums and galleries, funding and patronage, market forces and commercial art, religious and political censorship, social media algorithms. These structures determine who gets visibility, what art is considered valuable, and which narratives dominate the cultural landscape. Understanding the politics of art institutions is crucial to unpacking how art functions in society. Decolonizing the museum, for instance, is not just about returning looted artifacts, but rethinking what stories we tell and how. Community arts, healing, and social inclusion. Art also fosters healing, therapy, inclusion, and dialogue. In hospitals, prisons, refugee camps, and marginalized communities, art becomes a therapeutic process, a form of empowerment, a nonverbal communication tool, a way to foster resilience and connection. Examples include art therapy for trauma survivors, participatory murals involving community members, workshops in correctional facilities promoting rehabilitation. This perspective sees art as a social practice not just about producing objects, but about creating relationships and fostering transformation.